Did y'all see that man, Jamal Murray, in the 2020 playoffs? He's a bad man.
And oh my goodness, what a basket! Jamal Murray.
Let me tell y'all, people are going crazy about the way this man shoots the ball, the way he can score, and most importantly, the way he can make seemingly impossible shots.
Murray, oh my goodness, again!
So the question is, how does he make such high difficulty shots and layups? How does he do it on a repeated basis? And more importantly, how can you make those same kind of high difficulty shots on a repetitive basis? I know a little something about that. Let's talk about it. What's up, guys? It's Tony from Streetball Strategies, where we use strategy to build your streetball legacy. Today we're talking about how to make high difficulty shots and layups on a repetitive basis. Now, we started off talking about Jamal Murray. He's been balling out in these 2020 playoffs. Now, those are really high difficulty shots and layups, and it's not just those shots that he's made that has made him the star that he's been during these playoffs. It's his ability to make those kind of high difficulty shots on a repetitive basis. So first of all, let's address the issue of luck, okay? Because calling players like Jamal Murray lucky when they can make high difficulty shots on a repetitive basis is very disrespectful, because he's obviously a talented player and he's obviously a skilled player. Luck means it was a fluke. Luck means winning the lottery. Anybody can do that. But skill is being able to do something on a repetitive basis. So let's not call those kind of players and those kind of plays lucky when they're able to be repeated over and over again. Second of all, the idea that we're trying to accomplish here is the ability to slow down time. That's how making shots like that happen repetitively. You need to be able to slow down time in your mind, because what happens, the major problem that takes place when you find yourself taking those kinds of shots is that you find yourself feeling out of control. You're taking a shot that you didn't mean to take, that you didn't intend to take, that you didn't plan to take. You find yourself in a position that's awkward and maybe you've never been in it before. And so now when you're in the midst of taking that shot, you feel out of control. The more out of control you feel, obviously the less control you have. The less control you have, the more time flies by in that moment, because you're in the flow of the game. Something unexpected happens. You have to take an unexpected shot, and because you feel out of control, it almost feels like in the moment that you're taking that shot, time speeds up. And so if you're out of control, if time feels like it's getting away from you and it's moving faster than usual, you're not going to be able to control your shot. You're just gonna throw it and flip it up at the rim and hope you get lucky and hope it goes in. But if you can slow down time in your mind, now you can make the proper adjustments in mid-air in order to shoot the kind of shot that you want, to give yourself the ability to take the highest percentage shot that you can produce at that moment to be successful and make the shot. So how do we do this? How do we slow down time? First of all, it's a real thing. It does exist, even though it's just in your mind, number one. And number two, you can do it. So first of all, you need to have a mastery of your body, and you have to have a mastery of the ball. Because when you find yourself taking a shot that you didn't anticipate, that you're not comfortable with, that you would normally feel out of control taking, when you have a mastery of your body, when you're used to having your body move in weird and unexpected ways, when that doesn't feel foreign to you, you now have more control over what you're doing. The way you become a master of your body and the ball is, like we've always said, experience and repetition. You have to experience what it's like to be out of control. You have to experience what it's like to take shots that you wouldn't normally take, that you wouldn't normally be comfortable with. You have to experience what it's like to be off balance, to be falling in different directions, what it's like to get in the air and be bumped and then have to adapt in midair, what it's like to be in the air and then get bumped and maybe have to spin in a direction that you're not used to spinning. You have to experience these things over and over again because you're building in the feeling of being comfortable doing them. The more comfortable you are being in positions like that, the more out of control you are not going to feel. The more in control you will feel. And the more in control you feel, the more you're going to be able to slow down time. The more comfortable you feel, the less time is going to fly by. The more comfortable you feel, the more awareness you have, the slower time is going to appear to you. Secondly, and most importantly, now you're gonna have to stick with me because this is gonna sound weird, but number 2, the most important thing that you can do to be able to slow down time in your mind, to be able to make these kinds of high difficulty shots over and over again, is that you have to care. You have to form an emotional connection with making and or missing those kinds of shots. You have to really care. It has to really matter to you if you make or miss those shots. A lot of sirens today. Anyway, it has to really matter to you if you make or miss those shots, because anybody can take those shots and everybody wants to make them. The thing that's going to separate you from everybody else, the thing that separates players like Jamal Murray and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, players that are known for making difficult kind of shots and layups, the thing that separates them and you from everyone else is they really care if they make or miss that shot. It really matters to them. It resonates with them on a level that it just doesn't matter to other players. Other players just sort of throw the shot up and hope to make it, but if they miss, it doesn't really matter. It's a low percentage shot anyway, right? It's not supposed to go in. No one expects it to go in. Maybe you don't even expect it to go in, but the difference is it matters to you if you miss. It matters to you if you make it. If it goes in, you feel a deep feeling and meaning of accomplishment that other players just don't feel. They just don't get that feeling. They kind of are impressed or amazed with themselves if they make that shot, but it doesn't resonate with them emotionally. Not the way it does with you, not the way it does with Jordan or Kobe or Murray. Same thing if they miss. If they miss, they really are bothered by that miss, even though it's a completely low percentage shot and it's a high difficulty shot. If and when they miss, it really bothers them. They expect themselves to make those shots. They need to make those shots. When they do make those shots, they feel validated deeply and genuinely. And when they miss, there's a genuine feeling of disappointment there. And so when they feel that disappointment, they want to avoid it as much as possible. When they feel that feeling of validation, they want to replicate it over and over again as often as possible. It's real, it's genuine, it resonates. And it doesn't happen like that for most players out here. It just doesn't mean as much to them as it does to the Kobes and the Jordans and the Murrays, and hopefully to you as well. The reason caring is so important is because when you care as much as they do, then they are able to take their general awareness of what's happening within the flow of the game, and when that one shot happens that's off balance and weird and high difficulty, once that shot starts to take place for that split second that you're in the air taking that very high difficulty shot, you're able to have pinpoint focus in that moment while you're taking that shot. And it's your ability to care so deeply about whether or not you make or miss that shot that allows you to have that concentration. And when you have that concentration, that's when time slows down. When you really care, that's when you can really concentrate. When you can really concentrate, that is when time can really slow down in your mind. When time is slowed down, now the split second that it takes on the court for everybody else is going to feel like 3-4 seconds to you in your mind, which doesn't sound like much, but 3 or 4 seconds allows you the time to think, okay, I have the ball, I have it in whatever position, I need to move it, I need to swing it around, I need to put such and such English on the ball, it has to spin off my fingers a certain way. When you have those extra seconds in your mind, those are the kind of adjustments you can make. You can adjust how you move the ball in space. You can adjust the kind of English you need to put on it. You can adjust the way it rolls off your fingers, right? And it happens in a split second. But if you can slow it down in your mind, you're able to make those adjustments. You allow yourself the time to think about how to make those adjustments, and then you can do it in a split second. That's how players like Jamal Murray and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan and all the other numerous players that you are familiar with that can make difficult layups and shots like that on a repetitive basis, that's how they do it. They have the body control, the ball control, and they really care, because caring allows them to concentrate. Concentration allows them to slow down time in their mind. Don't take my word for it, okay? Get out here, develop your mastery of your body, develop the mastery of the ball, and then really care whether or not you make those kind of shots. And try it yourself. If it doesn't work, then you're missing one of those elements, either mastery of your body or the ball, or you just don't care as much as you think that you do. But I guarantee you, if you put those 3 things together and you really care, then you will have all of the elements you need in order to make crazy shots, crazy layups with a regularity that most other players out here just don't do. I guarantee you. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit that like button, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to be notified of all of my future videos. And I will see you guys next week.
Hunt's is here. Check this out with the left hand. Oh, how did he do it?